Hi guys, it's been a hard day's toil for India. Australia sits pretty on 405 for 7, and India really pulled their heart out. But I think that luck was completely with Australia today. We seen two brilliant centuries, one from Travis Head, who continues to be India's nemesis. India has to figure something out about him. It was a sparkling 152 from him. Steven Smith was, it's I think it's the luckiest century has ever scored. He was a Destiny's Child today. Canada Day, he would have gotten out 5 times by the time he got to 30. But yeah, today was his day. I'm Sadat. You're watching Gully Cricketer. Please like, subscribe, and give me your feedback in the comment section. So let's get started. So India started the day with Australia on 28 for none, and if you look at the scorecard, just you look at the bowling card especially, and you will think apart from Bumrah that no one else really bowled well. That would be a little unfair to say. I thought Akashdeep in particular really bowled brilliantly without any luck whatsoever. Another day, in that first session itself, he would have had 2, 3 wickets. He beat the bat numerous times, but just it wasn't his day. The same applies to Mohammad Siraj. Mohammad Siraj beat the bat numerous times. He had Steve Smith trapped once. I mean, he didn't play a shot. Uh, umpire didn't give him out, and when India reviewed, it was umpire's call, and Steve Smith, it was his day. I mean, today the amount of times Steve Smith came close to getting out, but didn't miraculously. I mean, this would have to be his luckiest century in that sense. Um, but yeah, I mean, the first session, India started 28 for none. Bumrah quickly picked up the two openers. First to go was Usman Khwaja, again brilliantly bowled. Simple catch to Rishabh Pant, faint edge. Then he picked up Maxini, again caught at the slips by Virat Kohli. Then came in Lavishain. Lavishain and Smith tried to stitch in a partnership, but Lavishain didn't look comfortable at all. He played 55 balls for 12 runs, and it was a torturous day. He never looked like he would get the runs. Like he would get going. Eventually, Nitish Reddy took his wicket. It was a brilliant catch by Virat Kohli in the slips. So, all in all, at that point of time, India was really on top. The day was looking very bright for India. Walked in Travis Head, and all credit to Travis Head. He is in a real purple patch. This is, you couldn't expect to be in better form than what he is in right now. And he seems to like Indian bowling. For some reason, I mean, all of his great innings seems to come against us only. But yeah, Travis Head right from the get go really turned the match on its head. He was positive. Uh, I thought India missed a trick or two initially when he came in. I felt that India tried too much at times, and at times they didn't stick to their guns. Like one of the ploy was to put a third man, very fine third man fielder, and so if bouncers would be bowled, and Travis when he does that try to play the ramp to be caught, but when he actually played those shots, there were no fielders there, and he. I mean, sometimes I felt today Rohit Sharma missed a trick or two, to be honest. But yeah, Travis had played brilliantly. You can't take anything away from him. And once Travis had got going, that also helped Steven Smith because runs were coming so easily from the other end that eased things up for him. While he was batting with Labuschagne, both of them were like stuck. The scoreboard was not taking over. But Travis had came and started getting the runs quickly. That helped Steve Smith out a lot. But yeah, in between, Steve Smith had, as I said, that close call from Siraj that another day would have been given, should have been given, frankly, on a wicket like this. But one good thing about this wicket, I think even Indian team needs to keep it in mind that I think it is very difficult to get LBWs on this Gabba wicket. I don't see too many LBWs and bolds happening. So that's something that Indian batters also need to keep in mind. I think the way you will get out more often than not is by trying to drive the ball. It is a wicket where the if the ball is really pitched up and you can be in control, that's a different story. But otherwise, initially in your innings, you should avoid the drive as much as possible. Play the horizontal bat shots more. That will bring in better results, I feel. But yeah, Travis had batted brilliantly, and in his company, Steve Smith slowly started to flourish past his 50. Once I came back after the lunch break, Travis was positive. Steve Smith started moving better. Uh, and then post the tea session, I felt that's when Indian bowlers, the ball had gotten really old. Post the 50 over mark, the ball really didn't do anything. It got soft. The seam was pretty much gone, and batting really became easy. And they really came hard at Indian bowlers, and I thought Indian bowlers missed a trick there, trick or two. Sometimes they were just a bit too desperate when looking for things that weren't there, and they didn't stick to their plans that much. Or more importantly, I don't think, especially for Travis Head, I don't think they had a plan B or C. It just looked a bit one dimensional. That's a one critic I would have. Jaspreet bowled brilliantly. Once the second new ball came, he again picked up first Steve Smith. He just got to his 100, and now he has broken that streak of bad form. And that would be bad news for India, given that where the series stands. We did not want Steven Smith to come back in form, one of the all-time greats. I mean, as I said, never write off the all-time greats. Uh, but yeah, Steve Smith, just after he got his 100, Bumrah bowled a beauty, and it was a brilliant catch by Rohit Sharma and the slips. And then he took care of Travis Head. Prior to Travis Head, Mitch Marsh came. Bumrah got Mitch Marsh nicked off. Good catch by Virat Kohli in the second slip. And then in the same over, he nicked off Travis Head, who was playing brilliantly, and he was on 152. So Bumrah. He was just sensational. The only slight criticism I'll have of Bumrah is that I have noticed, especially in this series, and maybe in general he does that, but more so in this series, whenever he comes to bowl, especially against the left-handers, he initially would bowl one over, if not one over, if it is not the start of the day's play, then maybe a few balls. But he always bowls a few balls from over the wicket. He doesn't instantly come around the wicket. He eventually always does come around the wicket, and he looks even more threatening, far more threatening when he's bowling from around the wicket to the left-handers. But he just, for some reason, I mean, I get it. Maybe he wants to get into the rhythm before he does that. But that will be one small criticism of mine of Bumrah's. Apart from that, I thought our bowlers really bowled their heart out. The only disappointment for me was Ravindra Jadeja. To be honest, I thought on this wicket there wasn't much for him in terms of spin, though there was some bounce. But I thought he would do the holding job better. He's a very experienced cricketer. But yeah, Ravindra Jadeja was quite disappointing today. He went for a lot of runs. Nitish Reddy, I thought, his inexperience did show sometimes, but he has a lot of heart. He kept coming, kept coming. Uh, Siraj and Akashdeep both. Akashdeep in particular was extremely unlucky today. And, I mean, another day, as I said in the first session itself, he would have had 2-3 wickets. Uh, but that is how it goes. Mohammad Siraj also, that LBW, and a few other times, so many times they went past the edge. Yeah, but that's how the game of cricket goes. But things stand in a very interesting place right now. I mean, like 405 for 7. Today there was no weather interruptions. We had the entire day's play. Tomorrow, however, again, the weather forecast doesn't look that great. There's most likely going to be weather interruption. Tomorrow, India will certainly bat. I mean, I was a bit surprised that Australia kept batting. I thought, they will declare and make India bat for 8-10 overs, but that didn't happen. But tomorrow, India will certainly bat. Uh, Weather interruptions never really help a batter. You have to come in again and go off. If that happens, you have to it breaks your concentration. You don't get into a groove. But yeah, tomorrow would be an interesting day. Weather, as I said before, also might play a big part in this test match going forward, because the next 3 days forecast is not that good. But we'll see how it goes. So that was my 2 friends for today. I'll come to you again after tomorrow's play. Till then, take care, guys, and please do like and subscribe. It'll help me out a lot, and I really, really would appreciate that. Thank you for watching. I'll see you.